Hello everybody, KyleTheGreat here. For the start of anime month this year, I want to go over some of the anime I've watched in the last year. And that's what I'm doing here today. So the plan is to read the synopsis on each anime I've watched, then give my own opinion on the show without spoiling anything. I must say I really wasn't an active anime watcher this year, but the ones I did watch this past year were pretty good, so let's get into them. So if you've been around the channel for a while, you should know the first, you might know the first anime I watched this year, which is Black Butler. I believe what I did at the end of last anime month is I took a random season, a random year between 2000 and 2022, I think I did. And then, top 10 based on rank, and I got this one. So let's start by reading the synopsis. Young CL Phantomhive is known as the Queen's guard dog, taking care of the many unsettling events that occur in Victorian England for Her Majesty. Aided by Sebastian McCallis, his loyal butler with seemingly inhuman abilities, CL used whatever means necessary to get the job done, but is there more to the black-clad butler than meets the eye? The answer is yes. He's more than just one hell of a butler. I hope that translated well to Mike. In CL's past lies a secret tragedy that envelops him in perennial darkness. During one of his bleakest moments, he formed a contract with Sebastian, a demon, bargaining his soul in exchange for vengeance upon those who wronged him. Okay, sort of just gave that one away, huh? No matter, where was I? Today, not only is Sebastian one hell of a butler, but he is also the perfect servant to carry out his master's orders, all the while anticipating the delicious meal he will eventually make of CL's soul. As the two work to unravel the mysteries behind CL's chain of misfortunes, a bond forms between them that neither heaven nor hell could tear apart. Need more water. But yeah, overall this is a good anime. The plot is okay to follow, and I'm pretty sure it got big enough of a cult following just because it is getting remade very soon, if not already. I don't know when that's coming out. But another good thing to note is in the background. I did know about this for a while now because I do follow AGT Team. There's a DS game about Black Butler, or around it at least. And AGT Team actually made an English version of it because I don't think it was brought over to the States either. So I'll probably play that years from now after I beat the Spice and Wolf games. It is a bit old, but it's not bad. The best part about it is that it wraps everything up pretty well in the end. No loose ends, nothing left to the imagination, which sadly can't be said about most anime now, so. But anyway, yeah, on to the next one. Record of Ragnarok. I watched this in pretty heavy segments, just because season 2 was released a little bit later after I watched the first season. Something that my anime list does that I really don't like too much is that they separated each of them out in seasons. So this is season 1, yet you can look up season 2. But the synopsis might have spoilers for season 1, so what I'm going to do is just read the synopsis for season 1 and just give my opinion on the whole thing at once. The gods of the world from Greek to Norse to Hindu mythology gather every 1,000 years to make one important decision, whether or not to wipe out mankind. Repulsed by humanity's selfishness, the council unanimously votes to destroy all humans. But before the decree is enacted, Brunhilde, one of the 13 Valkyries of Valhalla, which I think is Norse mythology, interrupts the meeting to give mankind a chance at survival. Brunhilde proposes the idea of enacting Ragnarok, an event in which the 13 strongest mortal warriors fight against 13 gods in one-on-one matches. Although the trial is ridiculed by the gods, the demigod takes advantage of their pride and forces them into the agreement. However, Brunhilde herself must recruit the mightiest heroes throughout humanity's 1,000 years history, and guide them to victory before they meet their untimely demise. I know this show got some backlash, especially in the first season, just because how many budget cuts were put on the animation, and how much backstory was on the characters, which is fine. I mean, I was just watching it to have fun with the show. I mean, I didn't read the source material, so I didn't know much of it. I thought it was fine, personally. If you go in blind, it's a fun show. Second season is much more highly rated, which makes sense. I think the fights in season 2 are much better. Also longer because there's 5 episodes of fight instead of 4. Because the second season is longer. They definitely took the criticism to heart probably in the first season and just made the second season just better. They did use CGI, I think, more in the second season though, but I wasn't really put off by that. I really never am unless it's blatantly awful. So overall, the show was pretty good though. Though it definitely has top 10 characters in the show. I don't think it'll be a top 10 anime for me. Black Butler is the same though. I really don't think it's going to be a top 10. Or maybe it might be an honorable mention. I don't know. Anyway, the next one I watched is Drifters. Honestly, a really good one. Let's read the synopsis. Oh god. At the Battle of Sekigahara in 1600, Toyohisa Shimazu is the rear guard for his retreating troops and is critically wounded when he suddenly finds himself in a modern, gleaming white hallway, faced with only a stoic man named Murasaki, and hundreds of doors on both sides. Toyohisa is pulled into the nearest door and into a world completely unlike his own. The strange land is populated by all manners of fantastical creatures as well as warriors from different eras of Toyohisa's world who were thought to be dead, quickly befriending the infamous warlord Nobunaga Oda and the ancient archer Yoichi Saketaka Nasu. Toyohisa learns of the political unrest tearing through the continent. Furthermore, they have been summoned as drifters to fight against the Ends, people who are responsible for the creation of the Orte Empire and are trying to annihilate the drifters. As the Ends grow more powerful, so does the Empire's prosecution of elves and other demi-humans. It is up to Toyohisa and his group of unconventional heroes to battle in a brand new world war to help the Empire's subjects while protecting the land they claim for themselves and challenging the Ends. But the characters are great. I mean, there's not just these characters, there are other characters that are introduced from different empires as well. I really don't remember any of their names, to be honest with you. They are important, but they're not really the main cast. I saw this one, and there's a shocking resemblance between this and Hellsing Ultimate, which makes sense because they're by the same creator. I'm not sure how close. Maybe they are the same creator. I really don't know for sure, but it has the same kind of like comedy and same kind of action as Hellsing Ultimate. Overall, the characters were great because they were well defined and they never went against their own character that they were established as, which I think really does help the plot of the story move along. Overall, this is a good show, and especially if you watch Hellsing Ultimate, I do recommend this one. It's only 12 episodes. It does end on a cliffhanger, which I don't like too much, but I guess I'll just have to read the source material if I really cared that much. Anyway, on to the next one. You know, this is probably partially why I only watched 5 anime this year. Naruto Shippuden. If you didn't know, I'll read the synopsis. I doubt I was going to say much. It has been 2.5 years since Naruto Uzumaki left Konoha, the Hidden Leaf Village, for intense training following events which fueled his desire to be stronger. Now Akatsuki, the mysterious organization of elite rogue ninja, is closing in on their grand plan, which may threaten the safety of the entire shinobi world. Although Naruto is older and sinister events loom on the horizon, he has changed little in personality, still rambunctious and childish, though he is now far more confident and possesses even greater determination to protect his friends and home. Come whatever may, Naruto will carry on with the fight for what is important to him, even at the expense of his own body, in the continuation of the saga about the boy who wishes to become Hokage. I don't know how you found this video if you don't know what Naruto or who Naruto is. So I'm just going to say at this, if you're only watching for the canon fights, you're going to have a fun time watching this show. I would recommend skipping the filler, complete filler. I think in some cases the filler is fine, like if it's from a book and not the manga, or a light novel series, it's fine. But yeah, if you just skip and go to the canon episodes, this will be a fun watch. It will take a long time though, that's unsurprisingly, it's 500 episodes. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about Naruto. There's not much that could be said here, so. So the last anime I watched is The Case Study of Vanitas. I watched both seasons, but again, as my anime likes to do, they split it up into 2 segments, so I'm only gonna read the synopsis for the first part. Scorned by others of his kind for being born under the blue moon, the vampire Vanitas grew afraid and desolate. According to legend, he created a cursed grimoire known as the Book of Vanitas, and it is said he would one day use it to bring retribution upon all vampires of the Crimson Moon, which is pretty much the rest of them. In 19th century Paris, Noé Archiviste, yeah, I'm guessing that E is silent because it's French, is searching for the fabled Book of Vanitas. Whilst traveling aboard an airship, he is saved from a vampire attack by an eccentric doctor who calls himself Vanitas and carries the very tome he seeks. Ironically, the self-proclaimed vampire specialist is a mere human who inherited both his name and the book from his master, the same Vanitas of legend. As the odd case of the charlatan's parade crops up, the doctor's ability to restore sanity to vampires by recovering their true name will prove most beneficial. This one is sort of in the same boat as Drifters, that the characters are well defined from the beginning, and though you don't know how they're going to approach certain situations, the way they do seems natural based on the character. So, yeah, the characters are great, the story is fine. I'm trying to remember, it's been a while. Okay, what the main story is pretty much about, Noé wants to learn about the Book of Vanitas because of his master, and Vanitas wants to save vampire kind. Also stop Charlatan too. I think they both want to stop Charlatan. But anyway, as you see in the episode list, there are more characters here. Obviously, there's not just a handful of characters in the show. And all of them do play an important role in the story, which is always nice. I really don't like it when characters come in for a little bit and really serve no purpose. And this one does end pretty well. I mean, there's more story to be had. And I do want to see the continuation of the story for sure, but I guess we'll see how long it takes to get season 3. But yeah, so that's that. So I guess here's where I'm going to end the video. So if you liked the video, why not consider leaving a like, and if you're new, subscribe if you want to subscribe. So yeah, those are the anime I've watched this year. If you have any recommendations for me, I'm all ears. I am sort of out of shows to watch, so any recommendations would be really nice. So my favorite anime I've watched this year was either Drifters or the Case Study of Vanitas. Both of them were very good, and I do recommend both of them, especially if you like the genres of the shows. But anyway, I guess I'll see you all in the next video. See ya!